Welcome to part 72 of a large model Showman'S engine, fitting the water gauge protector and rectifying a small yet painful mistake, which was cutting the protector bars too short. After making some new parts of the correct length, I refit the gauge protector and finally the check valve. These clips are from the previous video, not too many of them, just a couple. This is where it went wrong. At the moment my back is very painful and I can't get my head in the right position. I knew it was just under 3.5 inches, but I went too far under 3.5 inches. 3 3/8 of an inch to be exact, and it was just a little bit too short. Although you may not be aware of it, I really have thought out the design of this water gauge protector. Dropping the steel rule into the bunker was not intentional. The strange characters on screen at the moment represent what I was thinking about when I had to do the job again. The protector bars were just a little bit too short, and as you can see, starting with the bottom, that is too high up on the gland nut, and the top one is too low on the gland nut. The only thing to do is to remove them, make some more, and refit them, which would not normally be a problem, but my back is unbelievably painful. And even though I may not appear it, I'm extremely competitive, and I really do have a thing about not being beaten. So knelt down on the ground at the side of the traction engine, in a very uncomfortable position, I dismantled the gauge. Building models, particularly models like this, is more difficult than you think. Never mind the bad back, that makes it worse. But I don't know anyone who I could trust this job to. As I mentioned in the last episode, I do not know anyone who's the right physical size. I thought it would be a better idea to just get on with the job, dismantle the water gauge, rather than have some well-meaning helper make a thorough mess of the job. Eventually, I removed the last of the protector bars, followed by the brass blocks. By now, the pain in my back was reaching critical mass. I thought it was a good idea to go into the workshop and make a gasket to seal the check valve onto the boiler bush. I didn't bother describing this, I've shown it before, it's a very simple job, although I did draw on it to remind me which way round it goes. The green part of the gasket fits on the boiler bush. When I made the video showing the machining, drilling and threading of the 4 protector rods, it really did take a long time. As I've already showed this process, I made these without the camera running, and it took no time at all to make all 4. I loosely fitted some 6BA bolts, hexagon at one end and dome head at the other. Then I made my way into the garage where I keep the traction engine, and knelt on a kneeling pad, and with the help of a bit of witchcraft, this happened. The glass tube and the 2 blocks were fitted in position. And now very slowly, because I can't get myself into a good position to do this, I fit the new protector bars into the brass blocks. The actual position of the gland nuts is very dependent on the thickness of the 2 pieces of silicone rubber tubing that seal the glass against the fitting. Some viewers may be thinking, why didn't I make this just like the other one that was a bit too small for the job? The answer is simple. Making the gauge protector this way makes it stronger. There are 4 rods being held at each corner. When everything is tightened up, this structure is quite strong, and it stops the water gauge from flexing on the 2 pipes that hold it to the boiler. The previous water gauge protector was just a piece of rolled brass, but unfortunately I couldn't see the water level very well at all. I'm hoping that this one's going to be better. We shall see in the fullness of time. Now it's time to fit the check valve, and as you can see, the gasket is the wrong way round, but before I fitted it, I turned it so that the green colour was against the boiler bush. While I was assembling the water gauge, I was knelt on a kneeling pad on the garage floor, and it took quite a while to get up. And now what am I doing? Well, once again I'm kneeling on the kneeling pad, but this time opposite where the check valve fits. After this video there won't be any for a couple of days. That is due to the state funeral of Her Majesty the Queen Elizabeth II. Normally I edit these videos in the morning and then I make a new one in the afternoon, but I won't be in the mood tomorrow. It's not every day that you get to see a piece of history of this magnitude. And it's a bit special for me because the Queen was crowned in 1953, the year I was born. And the other reason for not wanting to make a video tomorrow is the pain. My back really hurts, I think it's muscular, and I'm going to make an appointment to see a chiropractor early next week. But first I need to take my car into the garage on Tuesday for an MOT test. Also on Tuesday, my good friend Rob is coming across, and so I think we'll steam the traction engine and see if it works. And hopefully by then, the pain in my back should have subsided a little bit. I live in hopes. Stay safe, stay healthy, thanks for watching, and I hope you found it useful. Please take the time to visit my Mainsteam Models website and click on the section of the website that says Video Playlists. And by doing that, you can find other videos that you may like to watch. And by using the playlists, you can actually watch the videos back to back.